My son wanted to do tier list rankings on his YouTube channel, so I did one with him where we rank some movies. And then I decided that that video would be a nice addition to my movie scene series, so I'll play that after my intro. I'd love to hear what you think, and also how would you rank these movies? And if you're into video games, please check out my son's channel. I'll include a link in the description below. And as always, take care of yourself, and thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? This is MJ Giddy. I am the OG original Giddy, and we are here. He said yes, you agree? He's agree. I'm the OG. Yes. We are here to tier list rank the 10 Academy Award nominees for Best Picture. We watched all 10, and we're going to tier list rank them. That means, if something's at the bottom, that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It's ranked in comparison to the others, and this is our opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, all the movies here are good movies, in my opinion.
There you go. They were nominated for Best Picture. We may end up going into things that are spoilers, but, I think most people on the internet realize spoiler alert. But we're also curious to hear how you rank these as well, if you've seen any of these movies, or when you see any of these movies. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, first up, All Quiet on the Western Front.
I think for me it's a B tier. I thought it was a good movie. It was my first time seeing All Quiet. I didn't see the original one, and I just love the thought of how we're all just humans. Why are we fighting? And so I put that B tier.
I think that's a solid place to put it. I agree. Let's put it there, because then we have a baseline. Yep. It's kind of like, do you like it more or less than All Quiet, or about the same? So, and again, these rankings may change as we go along and we see how it plays out. But for now, putting it B tier, I think that's a perfect pick for it. Next up is a movie we just watched a couple of nights ago in the movie theater, and that is Avatar: The Way of the Water. Yes. What's your thoughts?
For me, it's B tier. I thought the plot was good, the acting was good, and I thought that it was very visually stunning. But there was no, themes, in All Quiet,
Really?
I mean, there is a theme, but, not, a major theme. But I say B tier, because I like the visual effects.
That might be one that, as you get older, it hit hard as being a father. So you say B. Well, let me ask you this. Did you like it, if you were just ranking it with All Quiet, and they couldn't both be Bs, would you put Avatar as A above All Quiet, or as C below All Quiet?
A above All Quiet.
You would put, okay. Can we put it A for now?
Are you saying it's S tier?
I'm not saying it's S tier.
Okay.
I'm saying it's A tier.
Okay, so A for now.
So let's put Avatar as an A, because in my opinion, it was as good, if not better, than the original.
In my opinion, it was better than the original.
Wow.
Even though I put it at B, I still think it was better than the original.
And, all honesty, I was not looking forward to going and sitting for over 3 hours, but it did not seem like 3 hours at all. So, A tier. All right. So, next up is the Banshees of Inisherin.
Well, first it was S tier, but now it's B tier.
What?
So I watched it a second time, and so I didn't like it as much. And also, that was one of the first Academy Award movies we saw. And I think the first time it's amazing, but when you watch it again, the plot's dry because you already know what's gonna happen. And
start cutting your fingers off. Okay, that you just threw me for a loop, because it was one of the first ones we watched this Academy Award season, and you absolutely loved it, and you were like, S tier is one of my favorite movies. And for me, it is S tier. I've only seen it the one time, so you are more experienced in watching this movie. Man, B tier? I say S tier.
You gotta go A then.
Okay, we can put it A then. What's next? Elvis.
I put it A tier, actually. I thought the acting was great. I thought I loved having it from the other person's perspective. His intern or whatever it was. What was it?
His mate, agent manager type person.
Yeah. I liked learning about Elvis too. So I enjoyed, because I just learned about him in class. So I think I enjoyed it more because of that. So A tier for me.
Wow. Okay. This might be a difficult one, because I put it C tier. Because in comparison to all the other ones, I don't think it's as good. I've seen like John Carpenter's Elvis, which is more historical. It was a fun movie. The director that made it, I told you when we were watching, he had made the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. Had a nice touch on that. Moulin Rouge. He's got a Great Gatsby. He's got a definite visual flair and it's stylistic. But in comparison, am I making it better for you or what?
I think I'm gonna put B tier.
You think B tier for Elvis? Okay.
Yeah, B tier.
I say C. You say B. Let's put it at B for now because I think there's a nice grouping right now. But I mean, do you think that's really on the level of All Quiet on the Western Front? You know what I'm saying?
No. That's why I realized I put him on B,
Yeah, like we're talking Avatar, Banshees of Inisherin, All Quiet, and then Elvis. It's not on the same category. That's why I say C. So maybe we come back and revisit it, or do you want to go ahead and have I convinced you?
I think B tier.
It's such a C. I dropped Banshees from S to an A, and I can't even get you to put Elvis below All Quiet, but
I gained Avatar from a B to an A.
Fair enough. All right, Elvis right now B tier. So up next, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
S tier for me. I thought the acting was amazing. I thought the plot was amazing. I thought it was just an amazing movie overall.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. S tier. S tier. It's high pace. It's hilarious. Michelle Yeoh is just another level to her awesomeness that we've seen her do so many things, mostly action and drama, but she's hilarious. She's funny. And I did not expect that. And that's one of the reasons that makes it like over the top awesome is that extra humor that she has. So I agree. S tier for Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right. Next up is The Fabelmans.
For me, it's B tier. I thought, it was a good movie. It was directed by Steven Spielberg.
It was one of the ones that I most am looking forward to going back and trying to see little things. I mean, there's so much in Everything Everywhere All at Once that we definitely missed stuff, and it's going to be fun to go back. But there's like a love involved in The Fabelmans. I think I agree. I think B tier, it's solid. The acting is unique, and that's part of why I'm looking forward to going back and watching it to see the evolution of the way they act, the way it's filmed, but I definitely don't think it's S tier or A tier. So B for The Fabelmans. All right, up next is Tar.
For me, it's the first C tier. I mean, I still liked it, but I just feel like it wasn't as good as the other ones.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand this correctly. You're saying that Tar belongs below Elvis?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh no, I'm completely wrong. So Tar for me would be, I was thinking A. It was an A until we started watching some of the more recent ones like Avatar, and so it gradually got pushed down. But I thought it was a solid B, but I was still considering putting it as A.
And also the ghosts too. And
there's so many cool things that we noticed near the end, and we're like, I wonder if there were more throughout. And then we looked it up, and there were more things throughout. So we're B, we're thinking?
I'd say B, yeah.
All right, let's move along. Next up is Top Gun Maverick.
For me, it's an A. I enjoyed watching the movie. I thought it was a fun movie to watch. I thought the plot was good. I thought it was way better than the first one. I thought the music was good this time. I thought...
This time. I thought you liked the 80s music.
Well, no, I do, but I mean, like, there was not much. It was only, like, 2 songs, The
original Top Gun's heavy on that cheese cornball music, I know.
I liked the acting in it was good. I just thought it was a good movie. I thought it was better than the ones in B tier. So I put it in A tier.
All right.
I thought it was better than Banshees.
I was not looking forward to watching Top Gun Maverick, and then because you had never seen the original, you subjected me to watching the original Top Gun, which, I'm sorry people, that movie is terrible. It's always been terrible.
I agree.
I have never understood. I understand why people love it and go crazy over it. The big action movies I was a fan of in the 80s, and I never liked Top Gun. And so I was not looking forward. We watched it again, and it just confirmed, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I had really enjoyed watching Top Gun Maverick. It's so well made, and the music, the cinematography, the action, the pacing. It is really a good movie. However, I don't even think it should have been nominated for Best Picture, which is why, for me, it is the one and only D movie.
D?
Yes, D. Like, something has to be a D. So we got to figure out, you say A and I say D, where it's going to end up.
Where do you want to put a B or C?
D.
S. I say C then, because we don't have a C, personally.
You are a cool dude for making that compromise. That is, to drop it from A to C, I appreciate that. Top Gun Maverick at C. You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Triangle of Sadness.
For me, it's a C. I mean, I thought it was still a good movie. Like, all these movies are good movies. It's not as good as the other ones. Like, it doesn't have, like, as good acting. It doesn't... I mean, it had good acting, but not as good as, like, Banshees or Elvis even.
So you say C. I was thinking this is another one that, similar to Tar for me, like, I was borderline A or B. I'm definitely okay with dropping down Triangle of Sadness to C because it's not in the league of the other ones. Although, very surprising movie. It did not go where I expected to. But the ideas of, like, the difference in class and what people are capable of and capitalist versus Marxist and just a lot of different things. That was cool. A little heavy-handed, and it's not like we haven't seen it before of people being stranded on an island. You just read Lord of the Flies. It's an awesome movie. You should check it out. But
yeah, all these are. Yeah,
in comparison to the other ones, I'm okay with putting it at C. All right, last but not least, or maybe it's least in your mind, I don't know. It's the movie we just watched last night, so it turned out to be the 10th and final movie, Women Talking.
I think it's better than Tar and Triangle of Sadness, because I put Tar and Triangle of Sadness of C and C, but I think it is better than both of those. I love the plot of it and the message. I just think that there were some parts where it was, like, prolonged, like where they were just, like, staring at the sun for, like, 2 minutes. I just feel like some of the parts were prolonged.
Yes, but one thing I want to point about that one specifically, that was when the little girl, the 4-year-old, came in and said, "I hurt," and that was a good way for them to say what happened with her and to let you know. And if you remember, her mom was holding her, and then one other lady came up, and then one other, and they just sat there in silence, comforted her. And so the whole point of showing that son was they just sat there with her, being with her, letting her be safe in that moment. And so there was a reason for that. In other words,
That's true.
I'm so proud of you and happy that this is a movie that you will sit through and appreciate and enjoy, because it is an important movie. I put it as an A, like a solid A for me, along with everything, Banshees, Avatar. It was my other, like, top tier one.
Okay, I'm fine with putting it at A.
Really?
Yeah.
Women Talking. I think that might be a surprise. So right now, we don't have a D. Right now, we have Everything Everywhere is our only S.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's such a consensus agreement. For our A tier, we have Avatar: The Way of the Water, Banshees of Inisherin, and Women Talking. You're fine with A tier?
Mm-hmm. Because
B tier is All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, The Fabelmans, and Tar. Do any of those, would you like to move up or down?
No. I'm fine with that.
And then for our C tier, we have Top Gun Maverick. No complaint there from me, except for, I would drop it even lower. And Triangle of Sadness, which we both liked.
Yeah,
it was a good movie, but in comparison to the others. So right now we don't have a D tier. Normally I want there to be something in it, at the very top and at the very bottom. And Triangle of Sadness is an A or B for me, because I've already dropped it down to C. So I think I'm okay with leaving it at C, being that it would be a huge, you came down, Top Gun was an A for you, right? And you went from A all the way down to C.
Mm-hmm.
Triangle of Sadness was an A or B, and I went all the way down to C. If you were to have said Triangle of Sadness is a D, I think it should go to D, then I would have been like, I'm fine with that. I could drop it down to a D. But I think it's fine as it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let us know what you think of our list, and also where would you put any of these movies. Good list, dude. Until next time.
Bye.